Today, the Lions roar past the Eagles. We have the highlights and player reactions.
So how dominant has our football team been this season? We'll break down some of the main reasons they've been successful.
It may not be finished, but our new soccer stadium is open. What the players think about their new field.
And destruction of our current stadium is underway. We'll take you up in the sky for a bird's eye view.
Why is our girls soccer team celebrating? We'll show you the shot that started the celebration.
Hello and welcome to the Lincoln Sports Zone. I'm Keegan Billingham, and today we have a special guest anchor. It's our teacher, Mr. Lowry.
Keegan, I'm excited to be out here. I'm glad you guys asked me to do this. I was thinking this morning, the last time I anchored a show with a student was 2001. What year were you born?
2005.
So it was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
So I'm glad I got a chance to do it. We just thought we'd do something different today and have a little fun. Don't you agree?
I agree, totally. So we have a lot of Lincoln sports to cover today, and we kick off our show with a varsity football team.
And that's our main event this week. The Lions are 6-1 this season, and they sit atop Division I's Region 3 after their convincing win over New Albany on Friday night.
Here's Mia Sammons with all the highlights.
First possession, Lions on the move. First down at the Eagles' 41. Dior Hubbard spins out of the tackle and takes off 41 yards for the touchdown in the 7-0 Lions lead. The Lions D sets the tone early. Elijah King with the tackle for loss, and the Eagles are forced to punt. And that's when Kamari Burns busts through the personal protectors and blocks the punt. On the very next play, it's Hubbard again. He races down the right sideline and dives for the pylon. But he steps out of bounds at the 3. A Lincoln penalty forces a field goal attempt, and Max Saliba connects for a 32-yarder, and Gahanna takes the 10-0 lead. After another New Albany punt, the Lions drive again. Brennan Ward connects with Jake Bushelman for the 21-yard gain into Eagle territory. But a Lions fumble ends the drive, and the Eagles take over near midfield. The Lions defense then forces a 3-and-out, and the Lions get the ball back again with the 10-0 lead. But on the 4th down from their own end zone, the punt is blocked. The Eagles recover in the end zone for the touchdown, 10-7 Lincoln. That's when the Lions go to the air, facing 3rd and 9 at their own 22. Ward hits Makai Shahid for the 36-yard gain. Now, 1st and goal from the 8, and Ward finds Hubbard for the touchdown and the 17-7 Lions lead. The Lions D responds again. They hold New Albany to just 96 yards rushing on 39 attempts and force another punt. But the punt is mishandled, and New Albany recovers at the Lincoln 26. Again, the defense responds and holds the Eagles to a field goal, and the score stands at 17-10 Lincoln. Then, with just 3 seconds left in the half, New Albany's Christian Mandel punches it from the 1, and the game is tied 17-17 at the midway point. 3rd quarter, Lions facing 3rd and 9 at the Eagles' 34, and Ward again connects with Shahid for the Lincoln TD. Shahid had 6 catches for 127 yards. At the 2-point attempt, the snap is mishandled, but Bushelman picks it up and finds Elijah King for the 2-point conversion. 25-17 Lions. The Eagles respond with a TD pass from Luca Garver to Manville to cut the Gahanna lead to 25-24. The Lions then pull away in the fourth. It's Ward to Shaheed again. This time it's a 32-yard TD, and the Lions go ahead 31-24.
There you go!
Ward throws for 258 yards and 3 TDs. Next Lincoln possession, Hubbard takes it right up the middle for 39 of his 168 yards. Lincoln in command 38-24. And that's how it ends. Gahanna wins to move to 6-1 on the season, and they stay atop the playoff rankings in Division I, Region 3.
Big game, big win. Crosstown rivalry. It's one of those games that we have circled every year, but we also expect to win every year. Like we kind of came and played tonight. But anytime we beat Albany, everybody's always happy. Like we should.
Just being able to come out on top tonight really means a lot for the community, for every one of us. We faced a lot of adversity this week. Just shows how we can come together as a team.
I'm usually on defense, so for my track speed, so they wanted me to use on offense a little more because we could take advantage of having more athletes and speed because they usually stack the box and they leave their DBs one-on-one and stuff like that. So we just took advantage the whole night. Came through big.
Well, thanks, Mia. We got out our pencils and calculators to break down the Lions' season stats, and we came up with something that helps explain just how dominant the Lincoln defense has been all season. In the 7 games that they've played this year, Lincoln's opponents have run the ball a total of 178 times, and they've gained just 310 yards. That's just under 44 yards a game and under 2 yards per carry. Now, on a side note, a sack goes down as a negative rushing yard. So, to put that into perspective, the Lions' offense has rushed for 1,712 yards this year. That's a net difference of 1,402 yards. No wonder they're 6-1.
Let's take a look at the Region 3 playoff rankings. The Lions are a solid number 1, and they're followed by next week's opponent, Grove City. Then New Albany, Thomas Worthington, and Pick Central. The top 16 teams in each region qualify for the playoffs. So, theoretically, if the season ended today, the Lions would play Lancaster, who's 1-6 this season.
Okay, makes sense. So, Keegan, you've been to all the games this year. Tell me, what impresses you the most so far with this year's team?
I feel like the run game obviously stands out. Dior is an absolute beast, but what's helped really advance that run game above others is the offensive line. I really like what they're doing in there. And then I feel like we hadn't really opened up the pass game until last week's game against New Albany, and that offensive line really gave Brennan Ward a really good pocket to stand in, so he could get comfortable and make those throws. Obviously, we saw Mackay have 6 receptions for 158 yards and a couple touchdowns. So I really like how the offensive line plays, and I think they're doing an awesome job this year.
Yeah, they definitely had balance against New Albany, and I think Max Saliba, what he's done this year, has been a big factor too, especially in that Pick Central game.
I agree completely. And you coached 13 years of high school football before. How far do you think this team can make it?
I think they have the size, the speed, the strength, the talent, multiple Division I players. I think they're the best team in this region, and they'll prove that when they play Grove City next week. But I also think this team tends to find a way to get in their own way. I've heard Coach Ward a couple times after the games. One of the first things he talks to the team about is silly mistakes and discipline. When they're playing Pick Central, they get 1st and goal at the 1. They end up kicking a field goal because they had a false start. Last week, Dior has a long run down to the 3. They have a chance to tack another touchdown on. What happens? They have a hold. They move back. They got to kick the field goal. They could have put that New Albany game away early. They were driving again to go up 3 touchdowns, and they had a fumble. So I think obviously, I know this has to drive the coaching staff a little crazy. If they tighten up some of the issues that they have, some self-defeating things, they're going to need that when they play Dublin Jerome, or hopefully Medina, or Cleveland St. Ed's. They're going to have to shore those things up. It might be good enough to beat New Albany now. It might be good enough to beat Reynoldsburg now. But boy, as they move on, if they can get those things taken care of, I think they could have a deep playoff run. I really do.
I completely agree. Those self-inflicted wounds have done a lot for the team. So yeah, that's a recap of it.
Okay, good. We've talked enough football, I think. Let's talk about some soccer. So our boys soccer team is having an up and down season with a 6-5-1 record. The down part includes Tuesday night's loss to state-ranked Upper Arlington 6-2. But the up part includes a 7-0 win over the Northland Vikings earlier in the week. Scoring for the Lions were Makai White, Kelvin McWawa, Lucas Shalekti, Thaddeus Palmer, and Owen Huzika. The defense played on top and got the shutout. We caught up with Braden Fodor and Chase Robinson after the game.
Everyone got a chance to get into the game and to play hard. Our opponent, Northland, really gave us a challenge. They were a great team. I feel like we got a great confidence booster.
The game was really good because we created a lot of good opportunities in front of the goal. And all we need to work on is finishing more chances. And once we get that down, we'll be golden.
Thanks, guys, and good luck tonight against Grove City over at Blacklick. The girls' soccer team is now 6-5-1. They suffered a loss to a tough Dublin-Jerome team on Tuesday, losing 3-1. Their girls gave up 3 goals in the first half off some unfortunate plays. However, they showed perseverance in the second half and didn't give up any more goals. Aubrey Hanks scored in the last few minutes of the game with the assist from Sydney Arrington. The ladies play at Grove City tonight at 6 o'clock. Good luck tonight.
Well, it's been a hectic fall season here at Lincoln due to stadium demolition and construction, for sure.
The football team is practicing at Middle School East and playing their home games on the road.
But out with the old also means in with the new.
Well, nobody's happier about the new field than our soccer players.
But they're not the only Lincoln athletes who are excited because multiple teams will call the new Blacklick Athletic Complex home.
Our Taylor Braun takes a look at the new facility. Here's Taylor.
Gahanna Lincoln High School is under construction, and the first thing to go is our stadium, which is being torn down and moved. With Lincoln losing its stadium that housed 3 fall sports, adjustments had to be made. Football is playing their games at other stadiums in the area. But not all hope was lost for soccer now that the brand new turf field behind Blacklick Elementary is up and running, and players and coaches are beyond excited.
Losing our stadium is obviously disappointing, but getting a new nice field like this has really made it a little bit better.
Many athletes are looking forward on what's to come, though nothing about this process of creating this training facility has been easy.
So we've experienced a few delays with construction and architecture, which is natural when it comes to new building projects. But we've managed those challenges. We had to play away for a little bit, but now it's exciting to finally host home contests there out at Blacklick.
Though this has not been a perfect process due to delays, the athletes are ready and excited for the new facility and to finally have a home again.
It's something that you don't really think about in the moment when you're going through it, how important it is to have that home field and to be playing close to home, to not have to get on a bus, not have to lug all the equipment to different training locations that we've been at.
When the hope of having the field ready at the beginning of the season failed, the teams had to find alternative practice areas and a temporary home field at other facilities in the meantime.
Having our home field finally be done and ready is really just a benefit for us. For the first half of the season, not having a home field and having to constantly play away was very draining on us. We were traveling all the time.
Despite losing the stadium at Lincoln and having to practice and play at a new facility, these seniors are especially relieved to finish their season on a field that represents their team.
We were all really happy to get a new kind of home field, home base this year. We all worked super hard over the summer, and especially me being a senior and my friends who are all seniors, it's really special to get a home place.
Blacklick will not only hold a training facility for the soccer teams, but for other varsity sports as well.
Sure, to have an athletic complex that houses baseball, softball, tennis, soccer and lacrosse, and being on one campus is going to be cool. And to have their own area, their own facilities, not having to share as much, which should be helpful.
As the soccer seasons come to an end and others begin, we will continue to see the importance of the Blacklick facility more and more every day. This is Taylor Braun in the Zone.
Thanks, Keegan. That was my line.
I messed up.
Thanks, Taylor. Keegan, have you been over to the new complex yet?
I have. I've been able to catch a couple soccer games over there. I think it's really nice.
I do too. I think it's awesome, and when it's done and they get the whole facility done, not just the field, it's just going to be an awesome place everybody could be proud of.
One person specifically that is calling Blacklick his new home is senior goalkeeper Toby Forsyth.
Toby joins us now to tell us a little bit about volleyball. Hey, Toby, how you doing over
guys,
there?
I'm great.
How are we doing? Are we doing okay?
I hope you're doing okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
appreciate
you're doing
it.
a great job right now.
Tell us about volleyball.
Lowry. Well, our Lady Lions are continuing on the road to OCC champs. Tonight, the ladies will play Westville Central at home. Not only is tonight a big game, tonight is also Volley for a Cure, and it's being held as a part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We talked to head coach Katie Noelle about what tonight's game is and ways you can donate and help.
Volley for the Cure is a fundraising match that we've decided to host this year. All of our proceeds that we get with the match, whether it's our big sale, our silent auction, general donations and things like that, are going back to our fundraising page, which goes to Susan G. Komen for the Cure, which is the Breast Cancer Research Foundation that goes to help finding a cure for breast cancer. And so this game is really to just highlight and bring support and raise funds to those fighting that battle.
Thanks, Coach Noelle. I hope everyone comes out to a great cause. Our varsity girls volleyball team has a record of 12-6. They are undefeated in the OCC, and the one player is junior setter Noelle Perkins. Noelle leads the conference with the most assists with a total of 512. Damian Jones caught up with Noelle to talk about her role on the team. Here's 1 minute with Noelle Perkins.
Thank you. Today I'm here joined with junior varsity player Noelle Perkins, who is #1 in OCC for setting assists. So tell me, playing an important part on the court as a setter, how does that position help the team?
So being a setter on the court, no matter the level you're at or team you're on, you are setting your team up for success. So the leadership aspect of that position is very important throughout the different levels you continue or even start at. And then I would also say just encouraging your teammates to want to be better every day in practice is a big part of that position, because you are able to see that outcome even if it doesn't work out in the end.
Yeah, falling back to that leadership, bro, I know you never really get any breaks all year round playing volleyball, correct?
That is correct.
You know, you play for Mintonette, which is ranked #1 in Ohio and 11th in the country. So tell me the difference between high school volleyball and club volleyball.
Well, high school volleyball is meshing the faster pace of the game mixed with a little bit of like fundamentals. High school, we really focus on the fundamentals and just coming together as a school rather than bringing in all different kinds of girls from different schools in the state for clubs. So club is a lot faster paced for volleyball. I love fast-paced volleyball. It's more fun to watch like that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. High school is great though. Just you get to connect with your classmates, and then you just get to see them throughout school, which you don't get to do for clubs. So it's a lot different but similar.
Yeah, when I come to the games, you know, for you guys games, I can tell that you really love it. Following that, since your love for this sport, is there any encouraging words for people who want to start on varsity and play in college, being a starter on varsity?
So I would say to anybody who wants to play volleyball in college or just in school, I would say really want to come in and try to get better every day and improve your personal skills so that you can have an impact on the team no matter what your position, whether you're on the bench, you're playing on the court, you're starting, you're not starting. Just have that drive to want to be better every day and push even in those tough moments.
Well, thank you for those encouraging words. Hope you inspire somebody. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Back to Keegan and Mr. Lowry at the news desk.
Thanks, Dom. And I know you're excited to get back to Mr. Lowry and Keegan at the news desk, but you're stuck with me. Now let's give a quick shout out to our cross-country teams for their efforts over the weekend. The guys finished 10th out of 21 teams at the Berlin Bear Den Dash. And were led by Owen Towler in 17th place and Abi Saleshi in 31st. And Kai To-O header shot in 55th. Meanwhile, the girls finished 4th out of 17 from across Central Ohio at the Berlin Den Dash as well. The Lions also finished 3rd in the open race, In all, 25 Lions set new personal records. Leading Gehanna were Ruby Lewis in 11th, Ava Tomnak in 16th, and Addison Galloway in 23rd. That's a look at volleyball and cross country. Let's head it back to Keegan and Mark at the news desk.
Hey, thanks, Toby. Nice job over there.
Thanks, guys. Hope you can clean it up.
Good. Yeah, a little giggly, but I understand it. We had a couple little issues there. It's fine. Okay. Well, congratulations go out to our girls golf team. The Lions shot a .352 to finish second at this week's sectionals. So they'll move on to districts as a team.
Eliza Mercer led the Lions with an 83. Cece Holmes fired an 85. Abby Miser had an 88. Great job and good luck at districts.
I'm also very happy to report that my co-anchor, Keegan, will be playing in the district golf meet next week. The guys competed at Turnberry and came up with 4 shots of qualifying for districts as a team. Keegan led Gehanna with a 76, and that was good enough to qualify for next week. Josh Byers fired an 80, Trent Hughes an 82, Eli Orcus an 85, and Chase Lepesky shot an 89 to round out the varsity scores.
So, Mr. Lauer, did you play sports in college?
Have you looked at me? No. You know, I actually went on a couple of official visits. I was a long snapper in high school for football. I went to a couple Division III visits, but heck no, I wasn't nearly good enough to play. Do you want to play in college?
I'm really not sure. A lot of coaches, it's really hectic, so I'm going to wait till the end of the season to decide, but I think I might. We'll see.
Okay, no big rush. You have a little time to decide. Well, a lot of athletes here at Lincoln compete with the goal of earning scholarships and playing at the next level.
But a vast majority of our athletes will not play sports in college.
Our Delaney Rossetti introduces us to a few realistic athletes who know and accept that high school will be the end of their competitive sports careers.
Here's Delaney.
Athletes in high school often play throughout their 4 years to set themselves up for college, but others just play for the love of the game.
Honestly, I love both of my sports a lot, but I just didn't think I loved them enough to want to do them at the collegiate level.
So it's kind of just like a high school thing. I'm here for the community too. So when I get to college, I'd like to focus on the social aspect and get up on my schoolwork. And I really respect people who actually play in college because it's a lot of work.
While the athletes here at Gehanna Lincoln play their sports with passion, there are many reasons as to why they choose not to continue their athletic careers in college.
I decided not to play in college because I really wanted to focus on my career of broadcast journalism, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to balance both softball and playing in college.
It always takes a mental toll on you, when you start playing sports, and it's always stressful. Personally, I know how to manage the stress enough that it wouldn't be a huge deal if I played. But still, I'd rather focus on the social aspects. I focus on the future.
No matter if students decide to play in college or not, their respect and passion for their sport shows through and through.
And I really respect people who actually play in college because it's a lot of work. You have to wake up super early, practices, lifting, so I respect that.
I also think that people in high school should just enjoy the moment playing in the sport. You don't have to go to college to play.
It really just is about memories and having fun.
Athletes here at Gehanna Lincoln play to play. No matter what they do after they leave here, their love for the sport is still true. This is Delaney Rossetti in The Zone.
Well, thanks, Delaney.
Our girls tennis team is definitely staying busy this week.
Yeah, on Tuesday, the Lions doubles team of Frankie Nuss and Natalie Garcia qualified for districts.
Then, on Wednesday, the Lions hosted DeSales and won 4 matches to 1.
Winning for the Lions in singles were Frankie Nuss, Jackie Graham, and Faith Christ.
Meanwhile, Mary Halliday and Daniela Guzman defeated their competition in doubles. Good job, ladies, and good luck to Frankie and Natalie at districts. Well, Lincoln, we've reached the end of this episode of the Lincoln Sports Zone.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun out here.
We thought we'd end today's show by taking you up in the air to show you the current state of our football stadium.
Plus, it was a chance to fly the drone over our school grounds.
Thanks for watching.
Enjoy the view.